Previously, we witnessed the rise of death god Bolan, the prodigy who stood above all others in the universe genius battle. He was feared, respected, and destined for greatness. But behind his brilliance was a fatal flaw: pride. And that pride set him on a path that would lead not to glory, but to downfall. Welcome back to Donghua Minute, where we explore the stories behind the strongest beings in the cosmos. This breakdown follows the novel version of Swallowed Star, with a few elements blended from the Donghua adaptation for smoother storytelling. And this is Bolan's Fate, Part 2, The Fall of a Genius. When Bolan entered the virtual universe company, his legend was already written in gold. Every genius admired him, and every elder expected him to rise higher than any. But when the moment came to choose his cultivation path, Bolan chose not wisdom, but defiance. Representing the Noah universe country, Bolan's mastery over the laws of space was so profound that even sector lords looked on with disbelief. While others trained for decades to form a single image, Bolan created thousands, overwhelming his opponents with impossible speed and precision. His presence crushed hope. His victory was inevitable. By the tournament's end, one truth echoed through the stars: Bolan was the supreme genius of his era. After the tournament, the greatest talents were taken to the virtual universe company, where they would choose their cultivation paths. It was here that Bolan made the decision and destroy his future. Confident in his superiority, he chose the universe primal chaos tablet, the most difficult path known to man. It demanded mastery of both time and space, two laws that even ancient gods struggled to unite. The elders warned him. They urged caution. Focus on space alone, they said, and greatness was guaranteed. But Bolan refused to listen. His pride silenced wisdom. This was the moment his downfall began. While he pursued perfection through impossible means, Luo Feng chose a path grounded in clarity and discipline, one that would soon outpace even the brightest star. The heavenly bridge, the place where talent met truth. For years, Bolan maintained his lead. But then, Luo Feng began to rise. Fast, each step Luo Feng took closed the gap that once seemed infinite. Desperate to prove himself, Bolan rushed to challenge the 7th level of the bridge. He was struck down, in a single move. Before the eyes of his peers, the undefeated genius was humbled. That moment shattered him, his pride, his certainty, his legend. The unthinkable had happened. The death god had fallen. Time passed. The day of reckoning came. Luo Feng and Bolan, the two greatest names of their generation, would face each other at last. Bolan entered the arena with everything he had left. His power was immense, his technique flawless. But Luo Feng had transcended what any genius could be. The outcome was swift and undeniable. Luo Feng triumphed, without even drawing on his full strength. The crowd stood silent. Bolan, once the embodiment of perfection, could only watch as his rival ascended beyond his reach. And so, Bolan's story ended not with death, but with silence. He remained a legend, but a tragic one. A man who mistook pride for destiny. A genius who thought perfection could not be surpassed until it was. In the chronicles of Swallowed Star, Bolan is remembered not as the greatest, but as the warning that even the brightest light fades when it refuses to change. If you found Bolan's story as haunting as it is powerful, subscribe to Donghua Minute and share your thoughts below. Who should we explore next? Until then, remember, in a universe ruled by strength, even geniuses must bow to fate.